So this practice is going to be a bit more about the bandhas, and this is the last one in the bandha introduction of the bandha series. So this is the combination of all three bandha: Maha Bandha, the pelvic floor contraction, Mula Bandha, the abdominal contraction, Uddiyana Bandha, and throat contraction, Jalandhara Bandha. And so the three together form Maha Bandha. For this practice, it's quite involved. There's lots of different aspects to it, so please refer to the comfortable sitting position tutorial, good alignment of the spine. Refer to the practice of basic breathing. If you haven't done that, you really need to do that before anything else. It's really, really important that you have clear instructions about basic breathing technique. Please refer to the introduction to Pranayama and make sure that you have a good breathing practice base for this. Do not attempt to do this if you haven't established a Pranayama practice. Absolutely, you must have practiced Mula Bandha regularly and have some control now of your pelvic floor muscles. And you should have followed the practice on Uddiyana Bandha and know the precautions and prohibitions for not performing Uddiyana Bandha. And you shall have watched the tutorial on Jalandhara Bandha and also the precautions and prohibitions for not practicing Jalandhara Bandha. You should have practiced those regularly and know how to perform them properly before you do this. So go back to any of the previous sessions and make sure you're adept in all of those before you continue. Alright, so first of all we need to establish a steady pranayama, a steady even breath. And in the progressive stages of pranayama, you should now be using your breath retentions. So you'll be breathing in for your steady count, and again refer to that tutorial. Being able to retain the breath comfortably, safely for, let's say we're doing a 1-1-1-1 ratio breathing, so you're breathing in for your count, being able to hold your breath for that count, breathing out for your count, and being able to hold your breath out for that same length of count. So let's just begin there, doing a few rounds to establish the 1-1-1-1 ratio breathing. I'll do it with you. So I'm practicing Ujjayi breathing, breathing in for 6, holding my breath for 6, breathing out for 6, holding my breath for 6. Your ratio of breathing that might be more or less than mine. And again, it's really, really important that you understand your own breath ratio and you're not forcing or straining or trying to match what I'm doing. Be in your true, authentic breathing practice. So now we apply the bandha. So on the in-breath, we start to lift the pelvic floor, lift up into Mula Bandha. Now, on my held in-breath, I'm going to perform a variation of Uddiyana Bandha, which is to hold my breath in, expand the ribs and chest as though I'm trying to breathe in, and do refer to the information on intra-abdominal pressure when breathing. And then I'm going to exhale for my count of 6, but maintain this lift in the, so it also lifts away from the pelvis and you get the lengthening of the transabs here. And then I will exhale out for my count, and then I will perform the Uddiyana Bandha, strong, and the Jalandhara Bandha. Okay, so perhaps for the first one, watch before you do, otherwise work with me if you've been watching this several times. Okay, so it's great practice. Let's breathe in, Mula Bandha, hold, expand the ribs and chest, lengthen, exhale, Uddiyana Bandha and Jalandhara Bandha. So we're sealing off the prana in Sushumna. So sealing off the orifice, the lower orifice, anus, and sealing off the orifices of the head, containing the prana in the tube, if you like, that remains, and that relates to the Sushumna Nadi. I will do another tutorial on Nadis. And then all of that gets compressed and squeezed. And then on the inhale, everything releases. Now, how many of those should we do? I think not too many. I think you build up your breath ratio count and retentions. When you're ready, you perform a strong Maha Bandha practice. Release it, and then come back to a few moments of just observation. Don't put your whole body mind under a big kind of stress to go straight into the next one. Maybe in time, when you've really developed this practice, then you go from one practice to the next straight away. And then again, consider, after maybe doing 2 or 3 repetitive practices, to observe, to watch what's happening, to reflect on the effects because they will be strong. Alright, so I'm going to do another one. And work with me this time if you were just observing the first time. Establish your breath count. Let's do a full round of breath without bandha, and then the second one will apply the bandha. Okay, there's various different postural things that you can do. So that's the in-breath lift, lengthen here, and then I like to straighten the arms, lift the shoulders a little bit up towards the ears, and lean slightly forward. And then I can get the suction here and here quite well. You don't have to do that. And also I think on this next one, I'm going to do 3 full rounds without stopping, but I might explore this position on the in-breath to then on the exhale come more into the Jalandhara Bandha. So just be gentle with the ligaments and muscles around your neck. And we have actually this high oil burn here, so if you can get into a bit of a horrible sensation if you overdo this sometimes there. So it's fine, it will go away, but just stop. Really, that's the key, is stop if anything doesn't feel right. That is essential yoga practice. Absolutely everything that you do, not just this, but asana, everything. If it doesn't feel right, listen to that, don't listen to me. Okay. You would then sit in meditation. There are various visualizations and internal awarenesses where you could place your attention. So Ajna, Bindu, Shushumna, the chakras. There's so many applications and variations on this practice. So do refer to Bihar School of Yoga and the Master Key, Mula Bandha Master Key. The Bihar books are fantastic references for all of this sort of thing. Hatha Yoga, Pradipika, Asana, Pranayama, Mudra Bandha. The main sources that I work with. Okay, thank you.